Hey guys, this video is about pretty much all algae in general, but specifically blackbeard algae. Now, I had a problem in this tank with blackbeard algae when I had gravel, and I kind of had it when I had sand. Then I converted it to dirt, and it all went away. I think there was a few things that contributed to this. I got a larger filter, and I got a better light, and I smartened up my routine, and I started to get plants. Now, all these things can help you with your tank with blackbeard algae. We're going to cover some basic steps to helping you with your blackbeard algae. Now, the first one is water flow. Water flow is very important. I have a air stone there on the right, and I have a Clear 50 on this tank, which is a 20-gallon. I know it looks a lot bigger in the video because I have a lot of plants in here, but it is. So, it is very important to have good water flow because algae don't like it. Because basically the way algae starts and forms is it starts off as spores, and it goes through your water, and it settles on the leaves, and it attaches itself, and then it starts to grow, and it multiplies, and it gets all over everything, and it's just horrible. So water flow is the first thing. Now the second thing, feeding your fish. You do not want to overfeed your fish, as you can see there at the top in the middle above my nacris. I have extra food there. I'm going to be scooping that out. I did a video earlier about my Eheim auto feeder, and I was showing, or I got some on the table and I had to throw it in there. Excuse me. So don't overfeed your fish. It's almost impossible to feed or starve fish if you're putting food in the tank. And also, this is just my personal preference, but like spirulina or anything that's not flake. I don't even know if spirulina makes a non-flake. I don't know. But anything that is non-flake is good to use because it doesn't it doesn't ruin your water quality. It keeps it nice and clean, and it's just nicer to use. And just make sure you don't overfeed your fish. I think I already said that. Okay, now the next point is plants. Plants will decrease your algae quite significantly. Not always blackbeard algae, but other types of algae like spot algae and other algae like that. It takes all the extra nutrients out of the water that's floating around there from the fish poop, which is usually taken out by the beneficial bacteria, which is ammonia, and then it turns to nitrates and then nitrites, or the other way around. I'm not really sure. I'm not a physicist. Anyways, you take it out that way. And plants, they use up that stuff, so it really helps with algae. As you can see, I don't have any algae in this tank at all. Next is lights. Lights. That's a lot of problem people have with their tanks. They leave their lights on for 12 hours plus, and they get angry because they have lots of algae. My recommendation is do 8 to 10 hours, no matter what your lighting setup is. Maybe if you have T12s, do like 11 hours. Don't do any higher than that. Put it on a timer. That's always good to have. They're like $9, guys. They're so cheap. Just have them on a timer. Have a plan. Just like Dustin always says, if you have a plan, you're going to have success. And now the last thing is, actually no, second to last thing is, do not, if you're going to get into CO2, research it first and ask lots of people about it. CO2 is like playing with fire. Sure, if you play with it, you might set off some fireworks, it'll look cool, but you might get burnt. It's the sad fact of CO2. If you're not careful with it and you don't know how to use it properly, you're going to get burnt. There's my CO2 setup down there. It looks like pee in a cup because I don't use it anymore, because I'm not really one for CO2. I dose Excel, so I guess you could say that I do use CO2, but that's pretty much it. I used to have CO2 in here. What I did do was I would run CO2 during the day, and then when the lights went off, I would use air. But do not take your CO2 out, because if you have fluctuating CO2, your blackbeard algae is going to go crazy. It is just going to thrive in your tank. You're going to be able to grow more blackbeard algae than even plants or any other type of algae. It's just going to go crazy. So keep it in the tank all the time. That's usually downfall of tanks. I know Milky Mike, fishtanktv.com, Vegas Surfer, he had downfall of one of his tanks from blackbeard. One of the ways you can cure blackbeard is when you're using when you're doing a water change and you have blackbeard. Say if I had blackbeard on this anacris up here, what I would do is I would take my dripper when the water is down, take my Excel, wherever it is here, take my Excel and take some out, and then I would take it and put it right on my plant, like from inside, obviously. Take it and like put it directly on there. Now what this does is it overloads your plants with carbon dioxide so much so that they die. Careful when you're applying this with fish. This can end up badly. I've killed a Koryuk before doing this. He's coming up for air and he sucked in some of the Excel and he died. So just be really careful about that, and don't overdose. Use about 3 milliliters whenever you're doing this, and don't use it for like 2 more days. Yeah, and also get some mono shrimp or autos. Don't get Chinese algae eaters. They get huge and they get very aggressive. And yeah, that's pretty much all the advice I can give for blackbeard algae. Hit me up on fishtanktv.com. My name's Benjamin Clancy, not Benjamin Peterson. That's someone else. I believe he's Aqua student, but I'm not sure. All links will be in the description. And if you guys have any questions, message me. Comment, rate, subscribe. Alright, peace out, guys.